Trump has been pressuring Cuba on many different fronts. He's slapped new sanctions on Cuban officials and entities. He's gone after Cuba's fuel supply. He's threatened tariffs on countries that sell oil to the island. And Cuba now says it's run out of diesel and fuel oil. What does it actually mean for people's daily lives?
It's crippled the country. No country in the modern world can function without fuel. Cuba doesn't have or has very, very little fuel of its own. It's begun in the last year and a half to try to produce solar energy, but you can imagine how much that's a very small percentage. It means that there's practically no public transportation. People cannot get to work. They can't get to the hospital if they're sick. The nurses, the doctors can't get to the hospitals. When you get to the hospitals, there's no fuel in their power plants anymore. So you have to operate somebody in the dark, almost blind. Children can't be operated. People who have to have dialysis can't get dialysis because the nurses and doctors have to pump the blood manually back into their bodies as they try to clean them. So people's lives are, of course, in danger. There's the distribution of food, which was always, people were barely getting by, and their access to food has now collapsed. You can't get to the vegetables and the few things that are produced in the country to the markets because there's no transportation. They can't cut the sugar cane because there's no fuel for their tractors. You can just imagine a world where you're put on a planet where there's no fuel, and that's more or less what they have.